Hey, I'm Mike Backrell, and today we're going to take a look at an easy method that will allow you to learn your chord inversions all over your instrument. Let's take a look. We're going to start with a C major triad, and we're going to move this up and down the whole guitar. Now, first thing we need to know is what notes are in a C major triad. And if you take a C major scale, play the first, third, and fifth note of the scale, you get C, E, and G. After we know what notes we have, we just need a starting point. So I'm going to take this open C chord we all know. I'm going to start with just the first three strings. So we have the open string, first fret on the second string, and open first string. Now we're going to go through and we're going to identify what notes those are. So on the bottom here we have a G, we have a C here on the second string, and then we have an E on the first string. So the G is our fifth, C is our root, and E is our third. Now it's important to know what their function is within the chord because that's going to allow us to create the inversions. Now that we know what notes we have and what their function is within the chord, now we can start stacking them to create our inversions. So what we're going to do is we're going to take each note in the chord and we're going to go up on the same string to the next note in the arpeggio. So for example, our root is going to go up to the third is going to go up to the fifth, and the fifth is going to go back up to the root. So C is going to go to E is going to go to G, and G is going to go up to C. So let's demonstrate how this works. So here, our lowest note of the chord is a G. So we're going to go up to a C. And on that same string, find a C here at the fifth fret. Okay, on the second string, we have a C. So this is going to go up to an E on the same string. So that's on the fifth fret as well. And then an E here on the first string is going to go up to a G on the third fret. And we get this voicing when we play those all three together. So fifth fret, third fret on the top three strings. Now we're going to repeat the process. Here we have our root, our third, and our fifth. We have C, E, and G. So we're going to take our C and go up to E to our third on the same string. Our E is going to go up to G to our fifth, and our fifth is going to go back up to the root. And there's another inversion. And we can repeat this one more time and get back to where we started, just an octave higher. So our E, our third here, will go up to the fifth, G. Our fifth will go up to the C. And our root here will go up to the third. And we have a repeat of what we had here. So now we've covered the entire instrument with C triads. And we can keep going if we have the range to do so. Now we would do the same thing on every string set. So here we're using the second, third, and fourth string. I have E here on the second fret of the fourth string, open G, and the first fret on the second string for our C. So we have a third, our fifth, and our root. So we're going to go up from the third to the fifth, our fifth to the root, our root to the third, and do it again. If we do it again, we're going to repeat where we started. Now I went through that really quickly because the huge value in this isn't just learning the triads, but it's that self-discovery of doing it on your own. You can just look at my fingers and figure out what I'm doing and learn it that way. But where this is really going to become valuable is if you take the time to really learn it yourself, you know, and do the equation on every string set and then go up to the next note in each triad. On the next string set I have C, E, G. This is the third, fourth, and fifth string. So you have C, E, and G here. Root, third, fifth. So I'm going to go up. And again to repeat. And now for the last string set. This isn't part of the typical open C chord, but we can put a G in the bass. And have our fifth, root, and our third here. So do the same thing. Now we've learned every C triad on the guitar through the entire range of the instrument. Now what if we want to make it minor? All we have to do is take our third and lower it. So our E becomes E flat. Now I got my minor triads. If I wanted to make them augmented, I just got to raise my fifth. If I wanted them diminished, I just got to lower my fifth and my third. And now I have all my triads. But if I want to turn them to a sus chord, I can just take the third and replace it with the second or the fourth. So I can have C sus 2, C sus 4, C sus 4, C sus 2, C sus 2, C sus 4. And repeat that all through the instrument. Now you've learned all your triads. And this applies to any type of voicing too. So right here I'm doing closed position triads. The closed position meaning all within the span of one octave. What if I want to do open triads? Same thing applies. So for this voicing, I have my third here on the second fret of the fourth string, my E. I have my C here on the first fret of the second string, and I have G on the third fret of the first string. Take that and just repeat the same thing. So my E goes up to G, my C goes up to E, my G goes up to C. Same thing again. If I repeat it one more time, get the octave where it started. These particular voicings I think are very pretty. Of course I can make those minor, I can take them to all the different string sets. So right here with this one method you can learn a ton of stuff. Now for seventh chords, we're going to do exactly the same thing. We're just adding a note. Instead of dealing with 3 string sets, we're using 4 strings. I'm going to do this with C major 7. I'm going to use the C shape that we all know. So we have the 3rd fret on the 5th string, 5th fret on the 4th string, 4th fret on the 3rd string, 3rd fret on the 2nd string. So my C major 7 chord is C, E, G, and B. So here in this voicing I have my root, my 5th, my 7th, and 3rd. So again, my root's going to go up to my 3rd. My 3rd is going to go up to my 5th, 5th is going up to the 7th, and 7th is going up to the root. So this will go up from C to E, G will go up to B, B goes up to C, and E goes up to G. So if I put all that together, I get this shape. This shape can feel pretty awkward at first. With some practice, it gets much easier. Do it again. Do it again. And then one more time, and I get it to the octave of where I started. Of course, I can do that on every string set. So I can take this C shape, which is right here, 9th fret, 9th fret, 8th fret, 8th fret on the top 4 strings. Same thing. 7th goes up to the root, 3rd goes up to the 5th, 5th goes up to the 7th, and root goes up to the 3rd. Do it again. Take this down an octave, and do it one more time. So now I have 4 more major 7 shapes. Of course I can make these dominant 7 by lowering the 7th. I can make it a minor 7 by lowering the 3rd and the 7th. Minor 7 flat 5 by lowering the 3rd, 7th, and 5th. And diminished 7th by lowering the 3rd, the 5th, and double lowering the 7th. I'm demonstrating this all with drop 2 7th chords. I can do this with drop 3s. These are G major 7s. Now I'm going through this quickly again because the discovery process that you have to do is what's going to make this really valuable and what's going to make this really stick out to you. If this is a hole in your playing, I hope you take the time to kind of really fill in that hole and make yourself a more complete chordal player, because there's a lot here to dig into. If you guys would like me to do more kind of fundamental videos like this, let me know in the comments, because I could do a lot of things on chordal harmony, scales, and all kinds of stuff like that if you guys are interested. So please let me know. So thanks for checking out the lesson. Keep practicing. I'll see you next time.